Hi, welcome to the Vaguely Anime Podcast. I'm the host this afternoon, Michael, followed by other host, Kat.
Hello.
Almost said Sage. It's usually never just us, which is less true now.
Yeah.
But it is still usually me and Sage.
I was going to say, I think this happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So.
It's just anytime there's two people, my brain's like, Sage.
Yeah. Next week it'll be Sage.
Yeah, true.
So. Dare you to say Cat.
Even though you're almost never the two, there's a quite a few times where I introduce her as Kat.
I mean, you usually have to say
your name first.
Yeah. So that at least makes more sense.
Yeah.
And then it being the two makes sense for you to then say
right.
So like, I don't know, makes sense.
But yeah, because I was like, I for a second before I remembered I'm not gonna be here tomorrow, because I'm gonna be in Vegas from Thursday to Monday.
Oh.
I was like, oh, we could just move Anime Club back a day, and then I was like, oh, right.
Nope.
I'm not here, and then you're not here next week.
Nope.
So, filming 2 episodes out of order.
Yeah.
It's always so fun.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah. So, you gonna watch Kieran on potentially on live stream up for EVO?
Is it tomorrow or it's the next day?
No, it starts Friday.
Sure.
He might not even make it to the live stream, but there's a possibility. If he goes up against anyone important, he'll be on the live stream. And if he makes it far enough, he'll be on the live stream. But it all depends on those two factors.
Okay.
He thinks he's going to lose to the first person, but
I mean, it all depends. It's literally luck.
Yeah.
Because it's just if you're lucky enough to go against somebody else.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're put against somebody who's good, then they'll knock you out.
Yeah.
But if
like a whole 200,000 people in the first round.
Yeah, but if you're put against somebody who sucks, then you continue. So
yeah, there was a lot of people when he was watching EVO Japan that he was like, these people fucking suck. I would kick their ass. And I'm like, well, you might get the same amount of lucky.
I mean, and aren't they supposed to be better at video games? So maybe that's a good sign. So
yeah. So So me, Kieran, and Colin are going to.
Anthony's not going?
No. Originally he was already asking off for work for something else, and then he just he's like, I don't have the money to do it now. Yeah. But
it's gonna be so hot.
Oh, probably.
Like,
by probably I mean yeah.
Let's look.
I mean, it's in the middle of a desert.
Yeah.
So.
Because like it's already so hot here.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it'll be dry heat.
Yeah.
Versus humid heat. Like that's at least a little bit better.
What?
It's 109 right now.
Yeah. To be fair, I lived in Texas for 2 years, so that's not too super insane.
Oh, it's really hot there too?
Yeah, there were times where it was like 120.
Yeah, all week.
All right. Yeah, me and
all week.
Me and my friends used to like. I remember when a few times in Texas when it was like 119, 120, and
Ew.
me and my friends were.
How did you not die?
Yeah, because it was like it, but it's like a dry heat where we were, so we'd still go out and play fucking disc golf.
Oh, how?
At least to do something.
I don't know if it was you who asked me or if it's Kieran who asked me like a couple months ago if like I wanted to go with you guys.
Probably Kieran. I don't think I asked you.
So someone asked, and I don't think it was Colin. And I was thinking because it was when I was in Vegas, and it was so hot when I was there, and I think it was only like 90 something.
Right.
And I hate the heat. Like I'm just like because of my PCOS, like I just can't regulate my temperature, like be it cold or hot. Like I can't regulate my temperature, so like I'm not good in either. But at least with cold, like I'd rather be cold than hot because it's
always rather a hot than cold person.
No, because it's easier to get warm than
I just hate feeling cold.
I guess, but like I hate feeling hot too. So like, but it's much harder to cool down.
Yeah.
So it's just so bad. So then when I was there, because I go every year to meet my aunt because she goes for work.
Right.
And so I'll go and I spend some time alone, and like I'll book some shows, and like I'll go out to eat, and I just spend some time by myself, and then I'll eventually meet up with her, and then we'll do stuff together.
So, wait, do you have any places to recommend? Have you been there a few times?
Yeah, where are you guys staying?
We're staying in an Airbnb.
Okay.
But like, we're like right off the strip, right by the
Which
the
side?
convention center.
Is it at the Luxor's gaming, the HyperX? Is it up there?
Yeah, I think it's just the Vegas Convention Center.
Okay. Because the Luxor just built the HyperX gaming thing in the past like year or two. Because I've been to Vegas like 4 or 5 times now. So I've been quite a good amount. The only thing is, like, how much are you willing to spend? Like, Vegas is not cheap.
No, oh, well, yeah.
So, you know, like, of course I have recommendations, but, like...
Well, if you have stuff to... honestly, if you just send me a list at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of us are mostly passively looking at things, and we're just like, fuck it, we'll figure it out when we get there.
Is the Grateful Dead experience still at the Sphere?
I have no idea, but I feel like I would do that. Although I don't know if Colin or...
I mean, the Sphere is just cool in general, so even if they changed it, it's worth it to look into whatever's there. That's like a new thing there. I didn't get to do that, but that's definitely worth it to look into.
It's just at the Las Vegas Convention Center.
Okay.
Yeah, we found like an Airbnb like a block away.
Is this your first time in Vegas?
All of ours, yeah.
Oh, so you got to go to the Las Vegas sign?
Don't have to.
You should.
None of us are very big picture takers, so.
Well, you don't have to take a picture with the sign. You can take a picture of the sign.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, like I took, because the first time I ever went was for my 21st birthday, because that was like the thing to do, and so that's what I chose to do.
Right.
So I have a picture of, because I went with my family and Simran, and so I have a picture of me and Simran like with the sign. But
let me guess, one of you has like your leg up and you're like...
No, I think it's just us smiling in front of the sign. I could look, but I think it's just us smiling in front of it. But again, you could just take it. It'll be easier because you don't have to wait online to take it, because you just take a picture of the sign. You don't have to wait. But we actually didn't wait on the line. There was like a perfect angle to the side that they were online, but we could take it just barely off to the side where we didn't get the other people in it, but like we got ourselves in it, so it worked. But I think it's worth it, and it's not too far off. I definitely have stuff that you shouldn't do as well that I've done, and it's not worth the money.
Right.
I don't think that you should do the gondolas at the Venetian. That's a fuck all waste of money.
I've been on real gondolas in Venice. I don't think I need to go on fake gondolas in fake Venice.
I mean, that's true, but it's beautiful. So like, it's very tempting. And especially when it's hot, because they have the gondolas outside and they have the gondolas inside. So, you know, being inside and all the air conditioning and stuff and being on the water, and they're trained and they do sing to you and everything. So it's like, you know, it's a nice experience.
I think I was a good one time and done in Italy, let alone fake Italy.
I guess. I do think you should go to the Venetian, because the Venetian is beautiful. And it's free to walk around and just like look at it.
Yeah, I'm probably going to gamble like one day.
Yeah, I'm not a big gambler, which is good because, you know, with how often I go to Vegas, it would not be great if I loved to gamble. Yeah,
me and Colin both have the same idea of like go with like $200 and just play. And then if you...
I always gamble like $20.
Well, what I usually will do is like in places I have gambled is because my dad always said, he's like, go to one place and just bet 100. Mm-hmm. And he goes, because if you win, you get an extra 100. you pocket your money and only play with the 100. If you lose, you have the one extra $100 to play with and just do whatever the fuck you want with there.
Are you planning on playing like a slot machine or
No.
like
fucking the chances of winning a slot machine, you have more luck getting hit by lightning. I play blackjack.
Okay, I only play slot machines.
No, I play blackjack.
And I've won money from slot machines, so I've won like a couple $100 from slot machines last year. I actually didn't gamble at all this year. There's one specific game that I like to play, and it was at Mandalay Bay because that's the hotel that I stayed for my 21st birthday, and it's a penny slot game, so meaning you don't have to put much money into it. It's called Super Jackbox Party. I think that's what it's called. My mom used to play it, and so she introduced me and Simran to it like when we were there, because it's very intimidating to like look at all of them because they have so many different things, and so it's like I don't know what to pick and how do you pick one. So my mom was like, oh, I used to play this game, I like this game. So they had multiples of this machine, and so we're like, sure, we'll play this one too. And it was fun, and basically like you would spin and you would just place your bet and you would spin, and I think like the highest bet was like 75 cents or $1 or something because it's a penny slot machine. And you would try and get a party, and then like fun music would go, like it was a fun game. Like I just really liked it, and so
it is its job to make you want to keep playing.
It worked. It really worked. And like, because I think we were there for like a week, and I feel like, and they serve you like free drinks. Not that you drink, but they serve you free drinks like while you're there. And so I felt like every single day we just ended our day just like on the penny slot machine, and then like we were just doing that, and we're just like, come on, like I need a party, I need like, and it was just really fun. But this year, when we went, I wasn't staying in Mandalay. I was staying in the Luxor, but they're connected. I walked over to Mandalay because I was like, oh, I want to go play. They got rid of it. I circled that place like 4 times. I was like, could they have moved it? Like, where the fuck is this machine? Like, they had to have gotten rid of it. Like, I don't know. I tried like Googling it to see if anybody, it's like an old, so I don't know. Nobody else cares. Like, nobody said anything. Like, I could not find anything about it. So after that, like, I just couldn't decide on what I wanted. The other game that I play sometimes is not a penny slot machine. It is a slot machine, just a regular one, which I started playing when I was in Atlantic City a couple years ago.
I'm so sorry for you.
Just like a mini Vegas. It's just more ratchet, but like
Atlantic City sucks.
Yeah, but I've been there for like concerts and stuff. So, and I think I was there for like one New Year's party or something. And it's like a Willy Wonka game. And but there's 2 different Willy Wonka games, and it's a specific one. I don't like the other one. I've tried that one once because I thought it was the same game, but whatever the mechanics is, I like this specific one, but I don't know what it's called. But I have to like, because they give you like a preview of like what happens, so like I could tell from what it is. But you know, when it goes off, like the Oompa Loompas start singing, like it's just fun. I don't know. So that's the only other one I really play. There's been like a couple times that I've gone to like the Poconos or something that I've played random slot machines just on like $20 or something. But those are never as fun. Like those are just the 2 specific games that I like. But now, I don't know. So Super Jackbox Party, they also have an off game Super Jackbox Party block party that I've seen. I think at Atlantic City. But it's not as fun. So in the same fashion that there's the second Willy Wonka game, there's also Block Party, but I don't like it as much. So it's like,
yeah, I've always been more of an actual like card game.
Well, I mean, I know how to play blackjack. It just scares me. So like I don't go for the tabletop games.
I wish I was.
And I don't know how to play poker, so I
wish I was still good at poker. I used to really know it like really well when I was like young teen, but I don't know it anymore.
You play against other people, or do you just play with the dealer? Like, how does that work?
Blackjack?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, you're playing against
it's
a table?
It's technically everyone's playing the dealer.
Okay.
And I've done roulette a few times. My dad actually, he gave me.
That's literally just luck,
oh,
right?
Yeah, my dad gave me $100. He was like, "Go, just put it on black." He was like, "It is for me. If you win something, it goes to me, not you." And I was like, I figured.
For that, you just pick a color, or you
can pick a color, or you can pick an actual number.
Do you have to pick both?
No. So you can just bet on red, or you can just bet on black. But if you bet on a number, and numbers have specific colors to them, if you bet on a number specifically, you get like way more money. Okay. Because you picked the harder bet.
Yeah, you picked.
Just betting red or black, you're most likely
it's a 50-50.
Except technically there's a green.
Okay.
So.
But how much is in a wheel?
I have
no idea. You don't know? Okay.
Yeah, I don't really play roulette, and when I do, I'm just going. I only do red or black, and I don't I don't do it often.
And
it's usually like, fuck it, why not? And I just put something down.
So when you bet, see, like, I have so many questions. This is why I don't even touch it, because I'm like, I don't know how any of this works, that I'm just like, I don't want to. When you bet something, you make double? Like, if you put 100 on red,
you would make 200.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Or
like, you would just get 100 in return.
Yeah,
so,
you just make double whatever your bet is.
But if you bet 100 on 27 and it was 27, then what do you get? Because you got the specific spot.
Blackjack, you only play against the dealer. You don't play against other people.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I didn't know that, but I was just wondering how that works.
Once you questioned me, I was like, fuck, is it against other people? Like, it immediately was like...
Because then I was like, what did you try and find
the
empty table?
You're always
I was like,
playing,
that's hard.
No, you're always playing just you and the
dealer.
But
then I was like, but then maybe you do want it, because then you'll take their money too if you win. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's always just you and the dealer.
Okay.
Everyone's just playing against the dealer.
Okay.
So... but yeah, for the most part, it's like, you bet 20, you win 20.
But like you said, you win more, like, if you pick a specific spot.
Yeah, like if you picked 19 black.
Yeah, like, and say you put 100.
I don't know exactly what the pullout for that is. I just know it's more.
Okay.
Because again, you're betting a very specific thing, so it's just the worse odds, bigger payout.
Yeah. But I'm just wondering.
Yeah,
like,
I don't remember. I guess I could look it up.
How much?
But yeah, I'm not super big into gambling, which is why I'm like.
Well, that's why I just always like, I'm gonna use this $20 bill.
Yeah.
If I lose my $20 bill, all right.
Tighten this.
It's like, I don't know what's wrong with it.
Give me the thing behind you, other shoulder. Yes, but so, like, for the most part, Kieran's first day, he's basically fully in the convention center.
Yeah, he's going to do a lot of waiting. That's what always happens when Ryan does his, like, competition stuff.
Yeah, me and Colin have tickets for the first day.
What are you saying?
Be there to watch him.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant, we're going to go see something while he's
like, we have tickets the first day to be there. And he was like, you should not get tickets for the days. I'm not going to make it, so it doesn't matter. He has a 3-day ticket because he had to, because he's participating. And he wants to watch it anyway, so he's going to go. So he's, for the most part, like, gone for most of the day. He'll be joining us, like, later. So me and Colin on the second and third day are basically just going to have to figure out what to do.
So are you planning on seeing shows?
I don't know.
What are you interested in?
Just going to wing it. The problem with me, at least, I won't speak for the other two, because I've seen them send some stuff in the chat, and I just haven't looked at it yet. Is that I'm so much more of like a see how the vibe goes when I get to places that, like, I never plan.
Like, things sell out.
No, well, yeah, I know.
So, like,
but like, I don't know. For the most part,
Like,
I'm like not looking to go see some magician.
Okay,
like,
so that's what I was gonna ask. Like, because I've seen so many different shows. Like, do you want to see like Cirque du Soleil, dancing, magic, comedy? Like,
right.
What?
I did
because I have recommendations for all. Like,
all
what?
all I saw was Colin sent a link or something, and Kieran went, "Yo, Chris Angel, mind freak."
Yeah.
and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. For the bit, I'd see Chris Angel. Mind
I saw
freak.
Chris Angel Mind Freak. That was, I think, the second time I went to Vegas. I was like, I sure don't have anything to do. Tickets are sure like $30.
Yeah, fuck
sure.
it. I'd totally go see
I'll
Chris
see it.
Angel Mind Freak.
It sure is him jerking himself off.
Oh, I'm so certain.
Like,
I'm so certain.
Be prepared to mostly watch a screen. Barely even Chris Angel on
Stage.
Yeah, it's mostly a screen. So I still think if you need something to do and you want something cheap to do, I still think it's like worth it to go, because it is cool to see for the parts that he is there.
Right.
Like, I don't know how the fuck he does anything he does. I'm sure it's
smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, like, but I don't know how they do it. I don't care to find out.
Right.
I like magic. So like I don't care to look into it to find out. Like, so I really like Penn and Teller. Like, that's
Penn and Teller rock.
They're further though. They're at Rio, which is,
and I'm sure they're $1 billion.
I don't think it's too much. I think it's 80 to 100. And it just depends on like what day it is, what the price would be. And I think,
what pop singer is currently like stuck in Vegas due to debt? Is that like Bruno Mars or someone?
stuck to dead. I didn't
Like Bruno Mars or something is like just stuck in Vegas due to how much debt he racked
I
up.
did not hear that. I have no fucking clue. I don't know who has residency right now. I didn't see any
Yeah, he's been
artists
stuck there
out
for like 10 years.
I really, really wanted to see T-Pain when I was there. Because since it's the summer, there's a lot of them that are doing like the beach clubs.
Right.
But because I was by myself, I was like, is this safe for me to go? Like, can I go to this? And I wanted to go so bad. And I was like,
How would it be unsafe?
it's Vegas.
Fair enough, I guess.
And I was like, do I go? I was like, is this okay? I was like, am I going to get trafficked? Like, and then I was like, let me just see how much the tickets
being
are.
a guy is really, really so easy.
And I was like, let me see how much the tickets are. And they had different prices for guys and girls. And I was like,
is it less money if it was a bikini?
It didn't say, but it was less money for girls. And I was like, I'm not going. I was like,
I would not be shocked if there was like a little like asterisk and it was like cheaper if you come in a bikini.
No, so I was just like, I'm not going. I was just like, that's not a good sign. It's nice because I could get a cheaper price.
Right.
But that doesn't make me feel safe. So no, I was just like, I'm by myself. I was like, I'm sorry, T-Pain. One day.
But yeah,
I'll
for
go.
like the most part when it comes to how I do vacationing, it's always vibes. It's just like I figure things out when I get
that,
there.
but like not for Vegas because
Oh yeah, if you want to see shows and stuff.
Yeah, everybody is there to like see stuff.
Right.
So like it sells out way too quickly. So like if you're gonna do that, like you need to plan that in the morning.
Yeah.
And then just be like, okay.
Which is
do?
because like both of these flights are kind of nightmares. I'm gonna be honest. The first day is whatever. Most of the time, if I'm going somewhere, I leave early to land at a normal time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's whatever. But we can't check into the Airbnb until 2 p.m. We land at like 8. So that's a bit of a bummer. And then we have to leave. We have to check out at
I mean, at least
11.
you only ever bring a backpack.
Yeah. And we have to check out at 11. Our flight is not till midnight that day. So we literally midnight Sunday / Monday, and then we land at 7 a.m.
See, what sucks for you is if you were staying at a hotel, the hotels hold your luggage for you. You get there too early, they hold
Oh, yeah.
the luggage for you. You check out, and your flight's later, they hold it for you because you're staying at an Airbnb. Like, you don't get that luxury.
Well, me, Kieran, and Colin had talked about it. We were like, Colin was very clearly wanted to be in a hotel. Me and Kieran were like,
how much cheaper was it?
Like almost $100 less.
100 each?
Yeah.
Not worth it. I'd stay at a hotel.
Nah.
Well, what was the hotel? Like the cheapest hotel, it was $100 difference.
Something like that, yeah.
Not like a nice hotel.
The
cheapest hotel was $100
No. We were gonna. It was like we weren't gonna go.
$100 per day or total?
I don't remember. No, it was not total.
Okay, per day.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'd stay at the
Airbnb. Yeah, it was
$100
cheaper per day.
Yeah, no. I'd stay at the Airbnb too.
Right.
Yeah, like that's not worth it.
Yeah. So. Yeah, not total.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I'd stay at the.
No, like $100 cheaper per day.
Yeah, but I'm also asking.
So like instead of $180, we're paying $80.
Well, so like I ask, like which hotel also. I mean, you guys are dudes, but like I've been followed at like because the Luxor is like a cheap hotel.
I'll
like,
punch a dude.
I know. Well, I was like, you guys are dudes. Like I guess it doesn't matter, but like it's sketchy. Like I've been followed and had to.
Yeah, I mean we're like a block away from the convention center, which I mean like everybody was like, yeah, don't really go off the strip, and it was like, well, we have to go off the strip regardless.
Yeah.
Because the convention center is not on the strip.
Are you guys just walking, renting a car?
No, not
taxis.
I'm not gonna rent a car for like 3 days. Especially, I feel like it's just kind of pointless. I'd probably Uber at that point.
I don't know how much that costs. I've never tried.
Usually kind of expensive. I didn't even look because it's like
because it's
Uber.
At the airport, so like.
Well, yeah, I know, but like we
never looked into it.
You could just Uber or whatever.
Because the taxis are really expensive and like Ubers and stuff. So that's the only reason I asked.
I would rent a car if I was gonna go out of Vegas.
I don't know if it's cheaper if you guys split it to rent the car because you guys are off the strip. If you guys were on the strip, then I would say, yeah, no point.
Yeah. Well, again, we're not that far. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up so you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not, like, that far off the strip. It's not terrible. Let me see if I can find it. But, yeah, so we're there Thursday to
Monday?
Technically Monday. But, like, we're leaving at midnight Monday.
Oh, okay. So I would just say like, Sunday. The end of Sunday.
We were because we all asked off for Thursday through Monday.
Yeah.
And then because we were originally thinking of staying at some point till Monday, but then we couldn't really find any flights that were reasonable that would be getting us home Monday like night.
That's surprising,
so that's why
actually.
Yeah, we had to do a red eye. Everything else was like absorbently expensive.
I would have thought that would have been cheaper to come back on actual Monday instead of like late Monday instead of Monday morning.
Yeah, no, it was there were a lot. It was like infinitely more expensive for some reason.
And it's not like it's not a holiday weekend or anything, right? Nothing's going on.
Yeah, no.
Weird.
It was just like there weren't really flights, and then the ones that were way more expensive.
How much does your flight cost?
1 sec. Like, we're not far. Kat is currently looking at where our Airbnb is.
Yeah. I'm just like inspecting. Okay, so you guys are on the opposite side of where I usually stay. I usually stay all the way down here at Luxor.
Gotcha.
So you're very far from
well, because we needed to be near the convention center because we didn't want to have to pay for an Uber or something every time
that
to go.
That convention center is brand new.
Oh, is it?
I think so. I think that's what they just made because me and my aunt did a food tour. And I think
that's been the one thing all of us have been mostly excited about. It's like, fuck it, food is our most important thing.
And if I'm thinking of the right area, I think that's the new thing, but maybe it's not.
Also, people keep telling Kieran about go to a buffet.
Yes.
But aren't buffets usually shit quality?
Not the Vegas ones, some of the Vegas ones. If you are going to spend a lot of money on a buffet, I have to think of what the fuck that hotel is called to think of if that's the new convention center or not. But if you are going to go to one, the one in, I think it's in Caesar's Palace, the Bacchanal, I think that's what it's called. Bougie as hell. Wait, I think I have pictures. They have so much meat, so much seafood, an Asian section, the dessert, they got boba, the amount of stuff that they have. If you want to go to one, that is one of the bougiest, most renowned, you gotta go there. Obviously it's expensive, but if you're gonna go,
seeing if I can find the price for the United, because I don't remember.
Oh, it's not that important. I was just being nosy.
I mean, it wasn't terrible. Whatever you consider terrible. It was I want to say a total of $500 between the three of us. A total between the three of us, not separated 500 each.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Something like that.
I think we went last year to the Bacchanal. I think that's what it's called. It's definitely in Caesars. But
no, it was okay, hold on. It was with the Airbnb and the flights and everything, it was $840 each.
That's not bad.
So whatever that ends up being.
Yeah.
For 3 people.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean it seemed pretty all right.
Yeah, especially
the fact that all of us weren't paying $1,000 something each.
Especially because Vegas is never a cheap trip. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm assuming all in it'll probably be $1,200 at the end of the day, probably with whatever we end up paying there, probably a little more. But I mean I'm looking forward to it. Again, I don't drink and I don't really gamble, so Vegas seems a little odd to be going, but fuck it, whatever.
But
there's so many other things to be doing.
I'm
gonna just indulge in food.
I only ever drank for my 21st. All of the other ones, I'll casually drink, but I don't get drunk. I don't even think I got drunk for my 21st.
Is that also because you think you're gonna be trafficked?
No. Just because I'm also there to indulge in food and experience and see shows.
Right.
I'm not there. I have never been there to party.
Gotcha.
I've gone to Atlantic City to party, but I've never been to Vegas.
It's such a weird place to choose to party.
I mean, because it's not close to here, but it's a little road trip.
Yeah.
So
I've
Vegas is not a little road trip. So
I've been told by a family friend that their brother, they recommend going outside the city and going to the national parks and stuff. And I'm I sure would if I had more than 2 days.
Yeah, my aunt's done that. She really enjoys it. She went to Antelope Park.
Yeah,
or
there's
something.
a bunch
That's
around Vegas
crazy.
That are super nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
He also said that his brother has been going to Vegas every year for 20 years.
Wow.
And he's never paid for a hotel once because he goes to to go get to the counter for chips and gets $5,000 worth of chips, sits at a table, plays for about 30 minutes, and then they usually say, "Hey, are you staying here?" And he's like, "No." And they're like, "You want a comped room?" Because they think you're gonna play there and spend a bunch of money. And so he's like, "Yeah, sure." And then he just goes, returns most of the chips, and just plays regular.
You can do that?
Apparently. He's been doing that for 20 years.
But I didn't know you can return chips. I thought
yeah, of course.
After you get them, they're yours. I didn't know you have.
Yeah, just go and cash out.
I didn't. I guess that makes sense. Wow.
Yeah, you just cash out.
Wow, what a life hack.
Right? Yeah,
Where
just go look like you're a big spender, and they'll usually comp your room.
Wow.
For however long you're staying there.
That is some balls to be they'll do it.
Apparently they have for 20 years.
I know. That's crazy.
He's done it 20 times.
And the fact that they've never noticed.
Well, I mean, he still plays.
I know, but like, how much do you think he's spent? Actually.
Oh, like actually gambling?
Yeah.
He said that his brother's like a professional like blackjack player, so.
Oh, okay. So then I'd
probably
say,
a bit.
Yeah, like a
probably
decent.
not $5,000 worth, but
No.
it gets him in the door.
It does.
For
yeah.
free. So.
It's so weird. Where the fuck is this? I know I have pictures of this buffet. I just can't remember when the fuck we were there, so I can't find the pictures. I think it was last year.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. If nothing else, it'll just be a fun like random trip.
Yeah.
And plus, maybe Kieran will do well. Then we'll
Yeah.
have to get a second day ticket anyway. To go watch him do better. But yeah, if he's gonna make it to the stream, we'll probably message everybody and be like, Kieran's gonna be on stream. Everybody watch EVO. But whether that happens or not, who knows? This doesn't come out until 5 weeks after this will happen.
Yeah,
but hey,
like,
everyone go check out EVO.
You guys can watch The Past.
Yeah.
You guys should see the Jabberwockies. I just have a video of the Jabberwockies. I was like, oh yeah, they were good. They're dancing.
Oh. Yeah, it's probably going to be, because, like, we're probably just going to spend most of our time, minus Kieran, I guess, until he gets out, most of our time just on the strip walking around and probably going to rack up a bunch of miles walked.
Yeah.
Which is good because I have not been to the gym in a minute, sadly. To be fair, 2 weeks of the time, I haven't been to the gym in I think like a month. Two of those weeks, though, I was sick. And then the last two were like just me being like weird timing of like me doing things and having to go into like into the office for work.
Yeah.
And stuff. And
I
like
thought
I
you didn't have to go in.
Well, I mean, sometimes I do when
Oh.
like we actually like film stuff. A lot of times I don't, but sometimes I do.
Mm-hmm.
And like 3 days in a row, last minute, it was like, hey, we need you to come in. And it's like, okay, well, guess I'm not going to the gym this morning. And then like the days I didn't have to go in, where like I woke up and was like, I just don't want to go because it has been so long.
Mm-hmm.
So probably like Tuesday, maybe, because I get back at 7 a.m. on Monday, which means I have to stay awake the entire day so I don't fuck up my sleep schedule.
Awful.
And I feel like I'm good
I
at
fuck
that.
it up every time.
I feel like that alarm is going to go off at 6:45 and I'm going to be like, nope, not going.
I'm never strong enough. Never once am I strong enough
To stay awake.
Yeah, I always just end up taking that nap.
No, I'm usually pretty good about it. Usually.
Nope. I'm horrible.
But who knows? I feel like I'm going to attempt to go that Tuesday, and it's not going to happen. So I feel like realistically maybe Wednesday, except I have to go into the office and film that Wednesday. So I don't know. Depending on when I have to be in that office, I probably can't
I
work
was like,
out.
that sounds horrible. Absolutely horrible schedule. I don't know how you're going to manage to do that.
Well, I originally didn't have to go in until way later. Like I was supposed to go and film an event from 3 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, fuck, I can just get there at like 2 and like set up everything and then chill for like 30 minutes.
I'm giving up. I don't know. I'll send it later if I ever find it.
Randomly, all of a sudden, they were like, hey, we also need pictures of this event happening prior, like our global town hall thing. And I'm like, okay, I don't take pictures. That's the picture guy. Mark, who I love. He's great. But we were all like...
Is that the credit card guy? You said therethere's a guy who uses his points to, like, travel.
No. He doesn't work there anymore.
Oh.
He got a better job.
Oh.
He bailed, which sucks because I loved him.
Oh.
Because he was
Did he teach you enough before he left?
Well, he was social media. So,
Oh.
like, we just worked together because I did a lot of social videos. So...
Do you know enough about credit card points?
No, sadly not. I every time he would start explaining stuff and it would just start going over my head.
Yeah.
It's just not a world I'm in.
No.
I can't grasp it.
I don't either. I see those TikToks and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna lock in, and I'm gonna get this because this is important. And I never get
do.
it.
Great for him though. He's going to Japan for like free.
Good for him.
God, I wish. On like the most expensive first class flight on the planet, but
good for him.
free.
Good for him. I wish.
Yeah, same.
Wish.
But right. By the way, slight tangent. Probably September-ish. I'm gonna start planning a trip to Japan for next year, September. I mentioned it to the group. Most people said they weren't gonna probably do anything, and I'm like, that's fine. I'll go alone if I have to.
They weren't going.
Well, I was like, I'm gonna go alone, but I am throwing this out to people should they want.
After them saying that they were gonna go,
I know.
You saying in a year and a half. I mean, I guess not a year and a half.
Yeah,
a year and a couple months. They said no.
Colin was like, I don't know if I'll have the money. And I was like, you have a year. Like, what do you mean?
That's crazy.
But if you want in on that.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm just going to go alone. Like, my plan is I am going alone, but I am throwing it out to other people if they want to go. Because I am going regardless.
Is September a good time to go?
No idea. I'm just like.
So why September?
Because I'm picking a day and I'm doing it.
I think you should look up some months that are good first.
Well, because if you try to do like summer festivals, it's going to be probably expensive.
Well, I heard summer is not a good time to go because their heat is bad.
Well, I mean, whatever. I'll deal with heat. But winter is also going to be expensive. So, like, I don't know. I'm just figuring probably sometime in fall or spring. And spring was probably expensive because of cherry blossoms. So, as much as I would love to go see cherry blossoms, I imagine everything will be exorbitantly more expensive. So,
we're beautiful.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'll look into it. But, like, my plan is to go next year.
I'm just saying, because you haven't booked anything.
Well, yeah, but my plan is to go next year. But if I would aim for spring, that's only like 6 months out. So it's going to be more expensive than the year out.
I guess so.
Anyway, it's a side tangent. We can have this conversation later if you want to go. But I'm going regardless at some point.
I do want to go back. So.
But what was I saying?
You were talking about Mark.
Oh, right. Guy. Yeah. For work. That day they were like, hey, we need somebody to take pictures of the town hall. And we were like, all right. And they were like, but it's like this day. And we were like, we're doing headshots for people that day. And we already canceled one prior because they were like, we need you to come in and film this day. And we were like, well, we have headshots. And they were like, we need this. This filming is more important. So cancel them. So we had to move everybody to the 24th, a different day we had already scheduled. So, like, we can't cancel twice. And Mark is the picture guy. And they were like, Mike, can you do it? And I was like, I'm a video guy, not a photography guy.
So they just made you take pictures anyways?
Yeah, they're like, you're going to take pictures. And I was like,
how'd they come out?
Right, I haven't done it yet. It's Wednesday.
This is what's coming up.
So I'm like, great. So I have to do pictures that day and then film a happy hour later.
I understand.
I got which I am not looking forward to. Because I'm fine with taking pictures, but like not to the degree of like professional photographer.
Yeah. But hey, they said so.
Yeah, they did, but I can't really fuck it up.
If it comes out bad, it's their fault.
No, that's my fault for doing a bad job.
You told them. I don't do pictures.
I was like, I am much more well versed in video than I am photography. That is not my skill point. And they were like, well, no one else can do it. So, but I can't do a bad job. They still need them. So like, it has to be good.
I mean, I don't think. They're not going to be like blur. You're not going to like, they're not going to be blur.
Diving.
I hope at least.
So it just like goes to pass the mic off and I'm like, action rolling.
Yeah, like you just take it way too seriously, but unserious at the same time. Like as long as you take it seriously and you do it. But yeah, they probably aren't going to come out as good as if the picture guy did it.
Yeah. He also has a real camera for it that like.
So what are they giving you something to take it on?
Well, so we have our own cameras that would
iPhone.
work, but they want a silent shutter, and none of our cameras that we have are silent shutters. Mark's personal camera is, but he's using it to do the headshots.
Yeah.
So he's not going to swap.
He should swap because headshots, you don't need a silent shutter.
No, but they need to all be the same quality because it's across the entire org. Everyone has to have the same quality picture.
Well.
So. This other guy that works for us, that I'm not sure if he likes me or not. I feel like I don't know. Like, I feel like I might be coming off more aggressive than he thinks I am.
Well, you're very aggressive, so I'm not sure it's more than he thinks it is.
No,
it might be just that amount.
I feel like there's been a few times where I'm just like messaging things, and then like I hear about it from somebody else, and I'm like,
so then he's upset about it.
But I'm like, I'm not even doing anything.
If you're hearing it from someone else, he's clearly upset about it because he talked about it.
Well, yeah.
So,
but I'm like, I like, come to me, but I don't even think I'm being mean. Like, it was like, there was like just this like whole thing that was happening with like our boss that was like weirdly confusing. This was like what started it. And I was like, that makes no sense though. And it like wasn't directed towards him. It was directed towards like our boss asking for this thing. And I think he took it like I was questioning him and his thought process. I don't know. It was a whole thing. Doesn't matter.
How old is he?
Around our age.
Well then, yeah, I could definitely see him taking it that way.
I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. But he has a silent camera, so I'm gonna be using his, I guess. But I'm like, this is gonna come out so terrible. Like, I mean, I'm sure I can line up shots and get, but I'm just like, the minutia of photography is not what I'm good at.
Why can't he take the photos?
Because he doesn't want to be there, and I guess he can do that.
Because
I'm gonna be in there. I was gonna be in office anyway.
But if he has this camera,
be there for hours.
Clearly, he does some sort of photography.
They asked me, not him. I don't know what to tell you. We asked him.
Don't they want better photos?
I don't know what to tell you. I thought it was stupid the entire time, but my boss's boss was like, "You're doing this," and I was like,
"Okay,
all right." I was like, I'm not gonna be the one to tell you no.
Sure.
So I was like, all right, I'll do it, but like, I know film more than I do photography, and they were like, whatever.
Whatever, shut up.
We need them, do it.
Okay.
I was like, all right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way, I'm going to be taking probably infinitely more photos on that Wednesday than I will at this entire trip in Vegas. Because you rarely take pictures of anything that involves me. Yeah.
I think I've taken more pictures of food than anything else.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the food. Especially because I'm hoping that if I walk enough, it'll just kind of even out. Because I probably am not going to be keeping to a diet while I'm there.
Yeah.
I also imagine that'll just be it. Going anywhere is really hard to keep a diet.
Yeah.
So like, and I know my dad's great at it, and he's always like, "You can do it." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you've been doing it for fucking ever." Mm-hmm. I have only just started counting calories and stuff, and it's like, I don't know the ingredients in this shit. I don't like it's fuck it, like whatever.
Also, like, I mean, I guess you could because it's a short trip, but like you won't enjoy it as much. So
yeah, I'm just like I'll kind of come back and just do the meal prep shit again. That's whatever. And I haven't like I'm still on a decline in terms of weight, so like I mean, one weekend totally could fuck you up, but like
not enough
that I couldn't work it off.
Because realistically, when you eat badly for a couple days, I mean, I guess it really depends on how much you eat.
Yeah.
But realistically, for the average person, what they would consume, that weight doesn't really hold.
Yeah. I
mean,
like
you could be bloated from what you ate because you ate too much. But mostly like that weight doesn't actually stick to your body. You need to be eating that badly for much longer than a couple days. So it's like, yes, that could affect you, but it probably won't. Like
I just have to start going back to the gym again.
If you ate at that buffet every single day, then yeah, maybe, because that's too much food.
Right.
But like just eating at a restaurant and they're cooking with butter and all this stuff, like even if you ate that every day, like that's not gonna stick to you. So like that's not a big deal. Like again, if you weighed yourself during it, you would weigh heavier, but it'll come off because it's not actually sticking to you.
I'm not like super concerned about it. It's more just like accepting that that's gonna be the case, and I'll probably get on the scale that like next week or whatever and be like, God damn it.
Wait, so this just reminded me, slight tangent. Mm-hmm. So the game that I play, Nikke?
Yes,
the
I know
gun
of
one.
it.
Yeah. So right now is the summer event, and it made me really angry. Well, first off, the summer event was wild. In the there's spoilers for the Nikkei summer event. This will be 5 weeks later. So right now will probably be the second summer event, maybe, when this is happening. So this is for the summer event with Sakura and Rosanna.
This is going to be an interesting story.
That's the one I'm spoiling. So skip over it if you didn't do it, because I'm straight up just spoiling the entire plot. I'm just saying it because Mike's not playing, so I'm just going straight into it. So in Nikkei, you're a player, right? Like you're basically dating a bunch of, you fuck multiple of the girls.
Oh, like actually?
It doesn't show anything, but like it's insinuated that,
like, fade to black, like PG-13, or like.
So I haven't done it yet. So basically, I have plans with.
You can't seal the deal.
I can't seal it. I just haven't done it yet.
Oh.
Basically, there's so many different plots that happen in this. There's a main plot that goes on, which are like the chapters. There's events that come out all the time. There were things that came out like before I played, because the game was going on for like a year and some before I started playing. There are events which I can't like play them because they were before I started. They add some to the Recollection Center, and you can get a roll tape from doing current events, and then you can replay some of them. But like, it's limited how many you can do. You have to get a roll tape to do an event, if that makes sense. And you have to wait for them to put it in there. And it's not by time order. They put random ones in. So it's not like, okay, so this one happened first, so that's the oldest one. Now we're putting this in there. Like, they're just throwing it in there. They usually try and make it if it has to do with the event that's out right now. So like right now, because the summer event happened, they just put in the Recollection Center a summer event that happened. But that's not because that's the next one that needed to go in. It's just because it kind of had to do with like what's going on. So there's those. Each girl has bond stories. So like if you give her gifts, if you talk to her every day, you could lift your bond with her. And I think it goes up to, you can get up to 30 bond, but I think their stories only go up to 10. And in those, that's where, you know, it's as light as like flirting, relationship, or like fucking, apparently. Okay. Allegedly so. I have not done any of them because I keep telling myself like I'll get there and I'll read them, because you also get gems from doing them. Small amounts. It's like 25 gems per chapter, per bond story that you do. But I just never take the time to do it because you have to read through it. Like, it's not, I just don't have the time.
Right.
And I think I have 88 Nikkeis. Like, you know, like I just don't have the time to do it. So right. The other day, me and my friend, we decided, you know, for the next month, we went through and we figured out that we basically have every Nikkei besides like maybe like 5 or 6. Like if I'm missing one, they have that one. If they're missing one, like I have it. So we're like, let's work on our bonds, get them up to 10, and let's have a watch party on Discord of all these, and we're gonna make a tier list of like the bond stories, because we saw one on Reddit, and these people on Reddit are never fucking cooking with like how they rate things, like all the time. Like, it's always infuriating. The people in the comments are like, do you even read? Like, can you read? Did you read any of this? Because there was one on Reddit that was talking about what your relationship with the girl is. Is your relationship platonic? Are they your girlfriend? Are they your wife? Like, right. What is it? And everybody, because obviously, like, I haven't gotten that far. I don't know that much because there's so much plot in Nikkei. Like, I just haven't got into that. But for the girls that I did know about, I was like, that doesn't sound right. And I was messaging my friend about it, and they were like, yeah, that doesn't sound right either. And we were reading the comments, and they were like, are you okay? Have you read anything? Like, how did you make this? And so that's when we decided that we were going to, like, do this. And we were like, we're going to have our watch party, and, like, we're going to make our own tier list. Like, but anyways, so you're, like, a player, and there have been a handful of Nikes that apparently in their Bond stories, like, it's insinuated that you've had sex with them. And on, okay, another spoiler for the April Fool's event, if you didn't do that. How
dare you not do that?
It was a good one, so if you didn't do that one. In that one, all of the girls that it's insinuated that you've had sex with, you text that there's like a problem, and they all show up at the hotel and then basically like fight, being like, what the fuck is going on? And then because he texts them in a group chat that he wants to have like an orgy, like with all of the, like, it's, I don't know. And then it says just like, and they want to kill him. It's like a whole thing. But anyways, for this summer event, which I'm spoiling, I'm straight up saying it because I cannot believe that they did this, because only in these Bond stories has him being like romantic with these Nikes and him insinuating like them having sex and stuff, but he's like kissed them and everything, so it's insinuating that they had sex, but like the kissing does happen in this summer event. One of the girls, Sakura, they straight up are just like kissing, they're making out. Like, again, it doesn't show it because it's kind of like a dating sim where it's just like them just in front of you, like that. So obviously like you don't see it, but because they all like have a crush on you. Basically, there are a couple that it is kind of platonic. Like, I did agree with a couple of that guy's like tier list where I do think that a couple of them are platonic. Like, I kind of think that one of the girls, Jackal, like she kind of seems platonic because one of the girls in her squad, Viper, likes the commander, and she seems like a wing woman kind of so gotcha. It seems like platonic. So, but like Rosanna's pissed, Viper's pissed, and like so Sakura traps them in a cave, and there's like water, and she's like, oh, we can't get out, we're trapped until the morning. And so the commander tries being like, oh no, it's just like an optical illusion, like, look, if we stand here, it's not that deep, we can get out. And she's like, no, we're stuck, we can't get out, we're stuck here alone till the morning. And she was like, come sit down next to me. And he's like, what? And then he's like, oh, okay, like, we're stuck, I guess. But then they like start making out and everything. But so they like the first 5 like chapters of the second part is literally just them like having the most romantic fucking thing, and her like telling him that his heart is hers, like that he needs to like wait for her because she's like the head of a gang and he's too pure for her, but like sometimes she wishes that he could change that and like be part of her world, but she's not gonna give up, like she will have both things, and like literally says his heart belongs to her. Like, they go off the fucking deep end. This is an event, this is not a Bond story, like right. This is like, I don't get how they did this, because like the point of the game, or at least what I thought the point of the game was, you could kind of have your own waifu, like, people are going to have their own favorites.
Right.
How is that fair to anybody?
That she like forces
everybody just like got Sakura shoved down their throat. Like, I like Sakura. Like, that's not.
I mean, maybe that's like the move, is to make like, everyone be mad at this character.
No, because like I don't know what it was. Like, she must be a Deb favorite, and they were like, Sakura's our wife. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know. She literally said, like, you'll wait for me, right? Like, and he doesn't, like, say no or anything. Like, I don't understand how did they do this? Like, how was this allowed? Like, who wrote this? Like, it was romantic. It was cute. Like, I did enjoy it. And then after they left the cave and then they joined back with everybody else, the story kind of sucked. It was stupid. Like, it was good. Like, I liked it, but that should have been a Bond story, and right. I would have enjoyed it. Like, how is that allowed that they did that?
There's always got to be a one winner.
I don't but anyways, that's that. That's not even what I was trying to talk about. I will make it quick, I promise. The reason why I was trying to talk about it and why I'm so angry about the summer event is because they were fat shaming one of the girls. I will quickly show you her and the whole reason.
I'm gonna guess it's fat shaming in terms of like the way Japan views people being fat and not regular people. Where they're not really actually all that heavy.
I guess so, because it's not. Can I see her? Don't make me have to open up Nikkei right now. Why can't I find this on Google? Okay, I'll talk about it and I'll open Nikkei because I can't find it on Google. So in the event, after they meet up, and they literally talk about how both of their lips are fucking bruised. Like, that's how much they were fucking, like, making out. And
yeah, you ever just bruise your lip from macking so hard?
They were macking so hard. But so they were eating.
Right.
Or it was right before. Okay, so it was before they were eating. But Mary, who's the doctor, was like to Anise, hey, you're getting fat. Like, ever since we got here, like 2-3 days ago, like a couple days ago, you've gained some weight. And Anise is like, what? Like, are you sure? Like, because she's in it, like, it's her summer unit, so she's in a bikini. And she's like, are you sure? Like, what? And she's like, yeah, like, you've gained weight. And then Rappi's like looking at her, and then Anise is like stop staring at me, like, what? And she's like, I needed to confirm, like, yeah, like, you have gained weight. And she's like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, so they're literally just talking about how, like, she's gained weight, like, they're just fat shaming her, that she's just in a couple days. So, like, what we were talking about before about like that shit's not gonna say, like, you think a doctor, like, wouldn't be saying this to her about them being there a couple days, and then her being like, yeah, you're fat now. So then, like, now,
me when I get back from Vegas.
Yeah, like, now. So then after that, the next scene is them having a feast. Like, they're having their summer barbecue. It's a feast, and everybody is eating, like, feasting, but Anise. That's her. Fat.
She's fat?
She's fat.
I mean, her fucking titties are fat.
Yeah, like, but she's not fat at all. Like,
I think all of her fat goes to her tits.
Yeah, literally. Like, she's got a tiny ass waist, tiny stomach. Like, she's not fat. And so then she's got a tiny arm. Like, no. And so everybody's eating except for Anise. And so the other girl in her squad, Neon, brings up being like, you know, Anise, you haven't eaten anything. Like, why aren't you eating? And clearly Anise is upset. Like, you can hear it in her voice. And she's like, no, I'm fine. And then she's like, no, but, like, you haven't eaten anything. That's not like the Anise I know. Like, you usually pig out. Like, I don't think she said pig out. But, like, you know, she's just, like, making jokes and they're talking about it. You can hear she's upset. And it just made me so angry. I'm like, who is this for? Who wrote this? Why? Like,
it's for the people that are into that.
Who enjoys it? Who did they write this for? Like, it was just infuriating. Like, ha ha ha, this girl is starving herself now. Like, why was this written?
Because they have to appeal to the tags.
Like, I definitely want to see Anise starving herself and
not
being
you,
upset.
but other
like,
people probably.
Who?
There are tags for a lot of things.
Like, I could not believe.
I'm not. That's not a supporter. Just there's the tags for a lot of things.
Where is my summer fun? This is not summer fun. Like, this is ridiculous.
Some dudes like, God, this is so hot.
Her being upset, like, just being like, no, I'm fine. Like, it's like, you haven't eaten or drinking any. Like, she's gonna die. She hasn't eaten or drinking anything.
That'd be a wild turn
Not
to the summer
even
event.
water. Nothing. Like, that's crazy. Well, everyone else is feasting. I'm pretty sure they talk about how Nikkei's can't gain weight. I think that's a thing. And then they're talking about how she got fat. Like, it made me so angry because, again,
maybe she's pregnant.
they can't get pregnant.
If they can't get fat, but then she's getting fat, maybe she's getting
They
pregnant.
can't get pregnant.
So there's fucking with no consequences.
Yeah. Yeah.
On that note,
Nikkei Summer Event.
thank you guys for watching this week's episode of the Vaguely Anime Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, follow. Check out Cat the Moonstar on Twitch.
Doing the Nikkei Summer Event.
And you have 4 weeks to watch both seasons of Code Geass. So it's 50 episodes total. It's Sage's long pick. So get on that. Don't wait till the last minute.
I'm gonna, because I still have to watch your pick. Just
Which,
kidding. We already talked about
24 episodes.
We
It's not
already
that
talked
long.
about it.
You're so not gonna like Code Geass.
I'm watching Marvel. I'm busy.
Are you not done yet?
No. I've watched one movie since we talked about it
Jesus
last
Christ.
week. But I'm watching Guardians 2 tonight.
Love Guardians 2. Anyway, thanks for watching. We will see you guys next week for whatever it is we talk about. Well, I guess you're not going to be here, so probably me and Sage are probably going to talk about Code Geass.
Why would you talk about
the new season show?
Oh, I was like, why would you talk about Code Geass if we're watching it?
Yeah, no, with the new season show, because you're not here and it technically takes place after. So,
okay. Gotcha.
It's one of those Disney shows that they didn't market at all, so nobody knew it was fucking out.
Okay.
So
sure.
Yeah, Disney is like the new Netflix jail for anime, because Netflix at least mostly advertises their anime now.
I mean, if you watch anime, it will then advertise it to you. But if you don't watch anime, they don't advertise it.
Like, nobody knew that this anime was out. Like, most people found out when there were already 3 episodes out, and it's a weekly thing. So it's a shame. A lot of shows have been kind of fucked over by Disney. Anyway, doesn't matter. See you guys next week. Probably talking about Rose, of whatever the fuck that show's called. I don't remember. Code Geass Rose or whatever. See ya.
Bye.